Hey, what's going on? I am Dalton. I'm a Dallas Fort Worth realtor, and I'm with Keller Williams of Southlake. If you or anyone you know are in the mood to buy, sell, or invest, please reach out. And without further ado, let's get into this video. My wife and I, we've done, if you're counting the home that I purchased before my wife and I got married, we've done about 5 or 6 transactions, and that was before I was a realtor, and definitely learned some stuff from each one of those. And I wanted to share some things that I kind of now know up front, but I wish I would have known when I was first starting out buying homes or doing transactions and all that kind of stuff. The first one is curtains. What I mean by that, curtains are expenses that don't necessarily come up on your inspection report. They're not part of your closing costs or your escrow fees or anything like that. These are just things that, once you're already moved into the house, you're going to have to take care of. So, wife and I, we bought a new build out in Seattle, and we were, overjoyed. We got this house, but the first night that we were there, or as night was kind of coming, we realized, oh man, we're gonna need curtains because we had neighbors all over the place. We didn't even have curtains in the bedroom, so we hustled over to Bed Bath and Beyond, and I remember casually, sitting on their, the lawn furniture display while my wife was doing the ringing up, and I saw that they were kind of getting close to being done. So I walk up, and the cashier says something like, "That'll be $800." And I remember I was flabbergasted. I had no idea curtains cost that much, but it was a big house. It had tons of windows, and the windows were a selling point. We were both excited about the windows until we put two and two together and realized that each one of those windows needed curtains. Oh yeah, the showers, those needed curtains. The bathrooms, and there were a lot of those bathrooms, they needed, the bath mats and all that kind of stuff. So expenses go beyond just your closing costs. So think about those kinds of things as you're moving in. Go shopping, even if it's window shopping, start to get a sense for those things that you're not going to be able to live without. Another one is internet. There's a lot of working from home, and plus you want to be able to, watch YouTube or streaming or, whatever it is the case may be. It took us forever to get an internet provider out there because it was a new build and things weren't hooked up. And so I was hotspotting on my phone for like the first month of owning that home. And so, they're just expenses. There are things, there are inconveniences that you need to think about before you purchase your home. Now, that doesn't mean don't buy the home, because home prices are constantly going up, and the sooner you get into the market, the better. Most times, not always, but know ahead of time. Get an idea so you're not getting that sticker shock that kind of kills the vibe of your new home purchase. The next thing is a rainy day fund. This home, I think we bought it in like 2014 or something, 2013, 2014. But I'll be honest, it was right around a $500,000 home. And oh, what a painful memory. I got laid off from my big old tech job. I want to say like 3 weeks after we had purchased that home. And, besides the loss of a loved one, I'm not sure I ever felt worse. I was stressed. I'm like, here we were, living in an apartment this whole time, not really a care in the world. The rent was cheaper than the home that we had just purchased. But we were like, oh, we got to get into this market before prices go up, which they did. And I immediately got laid off. Luckily, my wife was working too, and so we were able to make it work. And we still had some savings left over because we decided to do a smaller down payment than we originally thought we needed to. So we were able to make things, make it through, make ends meet. But it was a terrible, terrible feeling. And if we didn't have the savings, those, a couple of months as I was looking for a new position would have been an absolute nightmare because nobody wants to start off their home ownership that way. So a rainy day fund is a must. I'm not a financial planner, so I'm not going to tell you how many months that you need to have. I'll leave you to look that up on your own. But things do happen, and for some reason, they tend to happen at the worst times. The other one is buy what you need, not everything or not what everyone else thinks that you need. And you might think that you know what you need, but what you really need to do is do some introspection. Figure out what makes you you. And will this house be neutral toward that thing? Will it be a detriment toward that thing? Or will it be a positive addition to your pursuit of that thing? And I don't mean like these huge lofty goals. I'm talking about just regular things. Are you a gardener? Because if so, you might want at least even just a little bit of backyard. This home that I'm talking about, it didn't even have a yard. It was a standalone home, but it almost felt like a townhome because there wasn't really much green space at all. There was a fence right behind the house, and there was a little bit of dirt, but it was such that the sun really wouldn't have made it in there. And for 4 years, till we got rid of that, not got rid of, we sold it, and we did well. But until we moved out of that house, my wife, who's a huge gardener, was not able to garden. And we spent many, many days talking about how we wish we had some outdoor space. We had a balcony, but it faced the neighbors. And so the neighbors could look in on us as we were trying to send them. We tried that balcony twice. I want to say we tried that balcony twice in 4 years, and it was just not good. And we love the outdoors. We love outdoor spaces. We love, sitting out in the sun and all that kind of stuff. So that was huge. Are you a gamer? Now, this house excelled because it had almost like a dedicated first floor man cave. And oh my gosh, it was a gamer's delight. I had my sim rig. I had all the stuff. I had like the big screen TV, and I was able to, do my racing and watch Top Gear and like all that kind of stuff to my heart's content. So that home really satisfied it. Are you a shade tree mechanic? That home had the biggest garage that I had owned or lived in. I didn't live in the garage. That I had attached to a dwelling. Whatever. It was a decent sized garage. So I was in hawk heaven. I could do car repairs without it being parked on the street, which is what I was doing before. I was like, open up the hood. I was doing repairs, on the street because, didn't have a garage. Are you a walker? Are there sidewalks? Where do those sidewalks lead? What time of day do you like to walk? Because if you're in a bad neighborhood, maybe you don't want to walk at night. And if that's when you usually walk, you might want to think twice about that specific location. And that leads into if you want to figure out kind of the vibe of the neighborhood, come back and like cruise that neighborhood at night. Now don't be creepy. Don't drive by the house at like 5 miles an hour with the lights off. But just, do yourself a favor. Drive to the neighborhood after dark and just casual drive. Look around and just get a sense of the vibe. Are there people walking? Does everyone feel safe? Are they pushing their strollers and all that kind of stuff? So figure out the vibe. Is everything shackled up? Is the activity, like, if the activity level during the day is huge. And then at like 6 o'clock at night, as soon as it turns dark, everybody's inside and nobody's lingering outside. You know, we all know how it feels to be in a neighborhood or an area that feels a little bit sketch. Well, the sketch tends to be enhanced at night, and that is a good time to go and see your prospective neighborhood. And then I would say the last thing is all homes need an inspection. The home that I was talking about, the one that was like, nearly $500,000, it was a new build. And this is nearly $500,000 in like 2013, 2014 money. And it was a new build. And so we're like, oh, we don't need an inspection and, it should be fine. Had we had the realtor that sold this house for us eventually, I know that she would have been like, you guys better get an inspection. You know what you're getting into, know what needs repaired, because guess what? The water in the ensuite, the bathtub, it didn't get hot. Like run it, and it just stays cold. And so we had to get that repaired at the last minute. Because we did actually end up getting an inspection because I think at the time it's what my lender wanted, but we thought because it was a new home, we just didn't need one. So the water in the ensuite didn't run hot. The garage door didn't open. There were, several other things that went wrong with the home that had we not, gotten an inspection, we would have been out of pocket, and that's in addition to those expensive curtains. So yeah, all homes, not only do they need an inspection, you need the peace of mind, and you need to be safe with your home purchase because, yeah, home purchases are typically some of the biggest investments, purchases, transactions that we do, no matter who you are, All right. Well, that's the top 5 things that I wish I would have known. Let me know if this content served you, because every once in a while I plan on injecting some of my own personal experiences into the channel. I want to talk about new developments in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so that folks know how their neighborhoods are going to change, so that they know where they might want to buy, because, home ownership, it's like steering a ship. It's not like a sports car. It's not like driving a Miata. Boom, boom, boom. Things change over time, and the neighborhood that you moved into, 5 years ago, is probably not the same as the neighborhood you live in today. And it could be for the worse. It could be for the better. But you can at least see what your Chamber of Commerce is talking about, what city planners are talking about, developers, all that. So I'm planning to bring some of that news to the channel. And as always, this has been The Roof List. I've been Dalton, and you have been great. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. I do have a home tour coming up for next Monday, for this coming Monday. And yeah, I've got a couple of different video ideas that I'm going to bring to the channel. It might not be a home tour. Might not be a home tour every single Monday. I'm going to try, but there will always be something for you to watch that hopefully will be informative. Okay, I'm rambling. I'm out.